Meantime, Joe DeGenova has been around these issues for a long time. He's a former U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, and he joins us in the studio tonight. Joe, thanks for coming on.
My pleasure.
So the first question is a topical one. There have been news reports all day that the FBI director, I don't know if these are true or not, but is threatening to resign.
I hope he does.
So what is that about? Where are these stories coming from? Are they true?
Chris Wray planted these stories himself, but he's trying to show the employees of the FBI and the former agents that he's brave, he's stalwart, he's standing up for them. This is nonsensical. If he offers to resign, the president should accept his resignation. This type of behavior by an FBI director is childish, it's immature. And let me say that since August, the Congress has been seeking the documents which are going to be revealed somewhat in the 4-page memorandum, which demonstrate the corruption on the 7th floor of the FBI and at the Department of Justice under Comey and others. It is inconceivable to me that Wray has to turn to a threat of resignation to make himself look good. It displays a lack of leadership, lack of competence, and an inability to understand the times in which you function as a major leader, a leader of an American institution. In addition, it shows an arrogance toward congressional oversight. The notion of going to the Speaker of the House and saying, Mr. Speaker, we really don't want you to publish this memo. What in the name of God is wrong at the top of the FBI?
But on what, I guess what I'm confused by, like most Americans, I'm always willing to give the benefit of the doubt to the FBI, to law enforcement,
yes,
to intel agencies. It's my government.
Yes.
I don't understand the rationale. And what makes me nervous, what makes me think it might just be butt covering, is they never explain why the country would be imperiled by the release of the information.
One of the things that's terrible about this is that both Chris Wray and Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General, have done a miserable job as leaders in explaining why they're doing what they're doing, why they can't do what people want them to do. Do you know what Chris Wray was arguing for yesterday and today? To remove the names of all the FBI agents and the DOJ people who've broken the law and are going to be revealed in the memorandum.
But on what grounds? I mean, how would the public benefit from the redaction of those names?
They wouldn't, and it's not about the public. This is the arrogance of Wray and Rosenstein. They want to protect the bureaucracy. They want to protect the bureaucracy because they think the institutions are more important than you or I knowing anything, and they think the country cannot survive without them. This is this phony notion that DOJ and the FBI are independent of the executive branch and the President of the United States. It is an insidious concept. They work for the President. He can fire them. He can tell them what to do. That doesn't mean he's going to interfere in an investigation. But the arrogance of Wray and Rosenstein to think that they can defy congressional oversight and ask the Speaker to take out the names of people that have broken the law. Well, how outrageous.
So what do you make of the argument from the left? I'm speaking now of the whole left, every red-faced talk show host and phony pundit on cable news yapping away, that to ask questions like the ones you're asking demonstrates a lack of respect for law enforcement. You don't appreciate the work they do, the risks they take. You're basically unpatriotic for wanting to know what your government is doing.
Yeah, well, let me just say this. I've been a federal prosecutor and an investigator for more than 30 years. I've had my family threatened by drug dealers and terrorists. This is nonsensical. We all respect the street agents. We respect the prosecutors at the career level of the Justice Department. What we are talking about here is criticism of political appointees at the FBI and political appointees at the Department of Justice. This has nothing to do with the street agents. The arguments of the left are phony arguments designed to make it look like people like me, who are critical of the FBI in this situation, are critical of everyone. That's nonsense.
So when Joan Walsh on CNN suggests that you're unpatriotic for asking questions about what your government is doing, you don't feel unpatriotic, is what you're saying?
No, actually, it's not a question of patriotism. As an old U.S. attorney, I don't like dirty cops. And the 7th floor of the FBI is full of them, and the upper echelon of the DOJ under Obama was full of dirty cops. And look what they did. They threw a case against Hillary Clinton like a bunch of lousy 1930s prize fighters for $500, and they tried to frame Donald Trump with a created crime.
Seems like our patriotic duty would be to untangle the mess, find out what happened.
Let's find out what happened. Let's unseal the memo.
Amen. Joe, thank you for that.
You're welcome.